right now on 5 on your side at 10.
Tonight, gas up. We verify how much fuel is left in the hose at your local gas station.
Heat builds. What may be our first 100-degree day of the year is possible Thursday. How long the heat is expected to last and how much worse the humidity will make it feel.
Plus, local teens flashing firepower.
Those young men's fathers and mothers and whoever care for them, I know that they did not raise them to be like that.
Police are trying to track down the people in the picture in connection to last week's mass shooting on Washington Avenue.
We start with breaking news tonight. 2 people are dead. A 3rd person is in critical condition after a shooting in the Grove neighborhood. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Ann Allred.
And I'm Mike Bush. The shooting happened about 2 hours ago on Gibson Avenue. That's just blocks away from the popular business area along Manchester. Our Laura Barczewski is live there with the latest.
Mike and Ann, St. Louis police tell me this shooting happened around 7:50. As you said, that's just blocks away from Manchester where we are. It happened at the 4300 block of Gibson, and they believe it was because of some sort of argument. And now they're not really sure why that argument happened, as they're still trying to piece together this situation.
We do believe it's a personal conflict with people that knew each other. We're not sure what the conflict is over. We have homicide detectives here, and they're working on the scene. So we have recovered 2 weapons and multiple shell casings here at the scene.
Major Kreisman says detectives at the hospital are trying to get together more information, but ultimately a man and a woman are dead because of an argument, and another woman is injured. They don't know if anyone else is involved, but don't believe anyone else in the neighborhood is at risk. She says normally this is a very safe neighborhood, and it's really sad to see this happen after a good weekend full of events in the area. A man who lives on the other end of the block says he normally walks his dog down where the shooting happened and is tired of seeing violence in St. Louis.
Very tired of it. It's just happen chance that I didn't leave the house earlier. I could have been literally caught in the middle of it, not even knowing what was going on. So I guess I'm lucky in that regard. But I'd like it to stop. I don't know kind of why it's coming here.
If you have any information, you're asked to call St. Louis police. Again, they don't believe anyone else in the neighborhood is at risk. Reporting live from St. Louis, Laura Barczewski, 5 on your side.
Tonight, St. Louis police are still looking for these 5 young suspects in this chilling photo. The gun-toting teens are wanted in connection with a deadly mass shooting downtown more than a week ago. New tonight, our Robert Townsend is live outside police headquarters with reaction and the latest on the search. Robert.
Hey there, Ann. Tonight those gun-carrying teens are still somewhere out there. Meantime, community leaders have plenty to say about this. This disturbing and chilling surveillance photo is the talk of the town. It shows 5 teenage boys holding high-powered guns and semi-automatics. 2 of the teens appeared to be smiling. St. Louis police called them suspects in this mass shooting at a downtown office party more than a week ago.
Those young men's fathers and mothers and whoever care for them, I know that they did not raise them to be like that.
17-year-old Mikhail Moore was shot and killed. 11 other teens wounded during the shooting.
And my heart goes out to everyone or anyone that have lost their lives or that have been injured or impacted.
It's been 3 days since police released the stunning photo of the young suspects, and while a spokesperson for Crime Stoppers says they have received numerous tips, police have not made any arrests and no one has turned the teens in.
There's a lot of families that don't even feel safe talking to the police.
Farrakhan Shagag is the founder of Young Voices with Action Incorporated. For the past 11 years, the nonprofit has mentored, offered safe spaces, and steered teens out of trouble. Shagag offers this to anyone who knows these teens pictured in this troubling photo.
If there's a parent, a father, a sister, an aunt, and feel as if though they don't know which way to go, there's community members that they can trust and talk to.
You can't cure violence with hot dogs You have to cure violence with anti-poverty programs.
Tori Russell is the director of the grassroots group International Black Freedom Alliance. In the past 2 months, they and other concerned groups hit the streets of St. Louis in hopes of reaching teens before they turn to this.
If you don't get to the root of the problem of violence, you'll end up curing the symptoms and not the cause.
Police ask anyone who knows where those teens are to call Crime Stoppers. Again, that number is 866-371-TIPS. A $5,000 reward is now being offered in this case. We're live downtown. I'm Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
Tonight, Mayor Tashara Jones' office is defending her plan to expand youth activities at rec centers despite a low turnout this weekend. The city of St. Louis is rolling out new youth programming to try and create alternatives for kids caught up in crime. The mayor's office is urging skeptics to give it time.
I don't see it as a failure because, once again, we don't want to take a stat from a 1 week or 1 day or 1 month in time as an indication of the success or failure of effort.
Officials were encouraged by the number of adults who showed up willing to help support the youth.
Tonight, Belleville police are investigating a violent weekend. 4 people were shot in 3 separate shootings. 1 of them died. That deadly shooting happened Saturday night near Southside Park. A neighbor caught the chaos on camera. A 14-year-old boy was found shot in the arm and chest, and just a block away, a car crashed. Inside was 22-year-old DeMarco Davis, who was also shot. He died at the hospital.
I heard boom, boom, boom. So I come out and I see down the street chaos in the street.
I saw a car driving up 6th Street, ran into the back of this gray van back there. Doors opened. Eventually, the police came.
Police took a 16-year-old into custody. They suspect the shooting stemmed from a drug deal. In other shootings, a man told police he was shot in the leg while walking on South 11th Street Saturday afternoon, and a woman told investigators she was shot by her husband on Garnett Drive early Sunday morning. Police arrested him.
A break from the heat and humidity tonight in St. Louis, but you need to prepare for the return of dangerous heat. Weather First Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell is here to tell us what to expect.
You know, it was hot over the weekend, Mike. 97 Saturday, our hottest day, but it felt like it was about the same as the air temperature on the heat index. It wasn't overly humid this weekend. That's about to change. Those temperatures tonight, they are still in the 90s here, close to 100 as you go from Phoenix all the way back into Texas. That heat dome is building across Texas, and it's going to spread our way. So later this week, it gets hot. Temperatures tomorrow are close to 90, by Wednesday into the 90s, but it's Thursday and Friday that we have our Weather First weather alert days. Now, these won't be record highs for these dates because, as you see, and if you remember, back in 2012, we had a string of 100-plus days, and they were all warmer than what we're expecting. But it should be near 100 Thursday and Friday afternoon. Humidity levels will be a bit higher, too, than what we've had the last couple of days, and that means the heat index value is 100 to 109 degrees. So we're going to be drinking a lot of water as we head through the next few days to deal with this and making sure our seniors are staying safe and are using their air conditioner or at least access to some place that's cool, Mike.
All right, Scott, we'll check back. The trip from St. Louis to Chicago on the rails just got a whole lot quicker. Trains on Amtrak's Lincoln service can now travel up to speeds of 110 miles per hour. They previously topped speed at 90. The high-speed train project is part of the nearly $2 billion project touted by Senator Dick Durbin.
100-mile-an-hour trains. It's amazing. It's going to change things all up and down the line. We understand that that's an investment in the future.
With this final piece of the transition to high speed, we've cut down on the travel times and boosted safety, reliability, and convenience along the way.
This cuts the 284-mile trip by 30 minutes to under 5 hours.
From Mini Coopers to Nissan Maximas, plenty of popular cars take premium fuel. A 5 on Your Side family wants to know what happens if the previous customer was pumping regular. Let's verify. 5 on Your Side viewer Chris wants to know, is it true gas from the previous customer gets left in the fuel pump hose? Let's verify. Our sources, Mike Fox from the Gasoline and Automotive Service Dealers of America, Scott Lauerman, the American Petroleum Institute, and Christy Miller, Missouri Department of Agriculture. Our experts say you should follow the manufacturer's guideline for what octane of gas to put in your car in order to get the maximum miles per gallon. And when you go to fill up, yes, there will be leftover fuel in the gas line from the previous customer.
If the person before you got regular or mid-grade and you're pushing the premium button, you're going to get about 4 cups.
The length of the gas hose could make a slight difference, but both of our fuel experts say the average hose retains about 4 to 5 cups of gas. That's about 1/3 of a gallon. Our experts say that's not enough to dilute the fuel in your tank, and that's something officials in each state make sure of.
But your local weights and measures department and your local environmental people who give us our gas licenses are always checking with a 5-gallon pail that the amount of product you pay for, 5 gallons, is what you get. It's the proper octane.
Christy Miller with the Missouri Department of Agriculture says state inspectors test octane levels at every gas station twice a year. If it's not up to snuff, the gas station is warned first, and then if it's not fixed, the pump is taken out of service. We can verify, yes, it's true. About 1/3 of a gallon of gas from the previous customer is left in the fuel pump hose. What can we verify for you? Send an email. The email address, verify@ksdk.com.
Tonight, the LGBTQ+ community celebrated at St. Louis City Hall. A large group gathered in the rotunda for the first ever Pride celebration put on by the Recorder of Deeds office. The event honored pioneers and leaders in the community. The celebration comes one day after St. Louis Pride Fest wrapped up.
Pride Fest is over, but that doesn't mean our pride has to end there. Our pride should be 365 days a year. Always know that you're loved and supported, and there's always a community out here for you. Thank you.
There are still some Pride events happening this week in St. Louis. For a list, just text the word Pride to 314-425-5355.
A Metro East neighborhood rocked overnight by a home explosion.
My fiance calls me and said the house blew up. She was hysterical.
Tonight, the household appliance that could be to blame. Buy now, pay later. Small loans now available at the swipe of a finger. Tonight, how to protect your money and credit.
A weather first, weather alert for Thursday and Friday due to the heat building in from Texas. How hot it's expected to get, and if we can get any rain to ease our drought conditions.
Tonight, a 26-year-old man is charged with murder and assault in connection to a deadly mass shooting in Kansas City. 3 people were killed, 6 others injured in the shooting early yesterday morning. Investigators believe the shooting stemmed from a confrontation at a large gathering in a parking lot. Tonight, the ATF and the Granite City Fire Department are investigating a house explosion that rocked a Granite City neighborhood overnight. One home was destroyed in the area of St. Clair and Dale Avenues. The homeowner was at work at the time. His neighbor left about 20 minutes before the explosion, but his fiance was asleep at the time. Fortunately, no one was hurt.
She was actually sleeping in the back room right next to where it happened. So, I mean, it was just a big explosion. Count your blessings, you know, because you're not guaranteed tomorrow, you know, so anything could happen at any time. So, but like I said, thank God everybody's okay.
Well, the cause is under investigation. We're told investigators are looking into the gas water heater.
We're learning more tonight about the plans to shut down one of the area's largest manufacturing plants. According to our partners at the St. Louis Business Journal, GKN Aerospace will begin layoffs on August 25th. A second round of layoffs will happen in October. About 700 workers at the Hazelwood plant will lose their jobs. The company says the facility, which is a parts supplier for Boeing, has struggled to turn a profit in recent years. Some Starbucks workers in St. Louis have joined a nationwide strike. This was the scene outside the store at Kings Highway in Chippewa today. More than 300 stores have voted to unionize in the last 2 years. But those workers still don't have a contract, and they want better pay and benefits.
$20 an hour, annual raises, things like fully paid health care, more sick and paid vacation time.
We deserve more than we're getting paid. There's still people who can't pay their bills on this wage. This is after the raise. This is post-raise, and some of us are still struggling.
Some workers also claim the company is banning pride decorations in stores.
Buy now, pay later. Options can be found everywhere these days. Amazon, Walmart, even restaurants and grocery stores. There are also several apps sprouting up. Tonight, Consumer Reports looks into how secure they are and the risks of using them.
With just a few clicks on your phone, you can make a big or small purchase with no interest or fees and divide the cost into 4 payments over several weeks or months. Sounds great, which might explain why buy now, pay later apps are growing in popularity. In a recent Consumer Reports survey, 21% of Americans said they had used buy now, pay later at least once. But not surprisingly, there's some important fine print you need to be aware of.
There's questions about these loans' lack of consumer protections. So we tested some of them to see how safe they really are for consumers.
CR analyzed 8 popular buy now, pay later apps for safety, privacy, and transparency. Coming out on top, PayPal, scoring 89 out of 100, earning high marks in fraud protection and offering good security practices. Some other apps leave a lot to be desired. Perpay and Zilch pulled up the rear with scores of 69 and 70, performing poorly in CR's privacy control tests. And there's more.
Our results found some troubling issues, like not all of them clearly disclose loan fees.
To help if you do get hit with hidden fees, CR says to be sure to take screenshots of each loan term page before you hit accept. This could help you if you need customer service in the future. Fraud and identity theft are also concerns when using these apps.
You should make it a habit to regularly check your buy now, pay later account for fraudulent charges and to review all transaction and email notifications from your loan provider.
And if you can't pay on time, notify the company ahead of time because you may be able to reschedule a payment.
If you do run into problems and you get nowhere with customer service, Consumer Reports recommends contacting the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau.
The National Weather Service now confirms 3 tornadoes touched down in Indiana yesterday. One of these twisters caused widespread damage just south of Indianapolis. No one was seriously injured in that tornado. In southeast Indiana, 1 person was killed when a tornado hit 2 homes. Another person was taken to the hospital.
Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell joins us now with the Weather First forecast, and the headline here is heat. It will be returning with a vengeance later.
It will be, and the humidity's coming with it as well. Saturday, 97 was the hottest that we've seen so far this year. We will get higher than that Thursday and Friday, it looks like. Pretty quiet out at Lambert right now. Airplanes taking off, landing, doing just fine. You look at the month so far, 97 this past Saturday. That's the highest we've been, but also our heat index was right there at 97 degrees. So we haven't had a lot of really hot weather this month. We're averaging just a hair above average for this time of year. We've had some clouds drifting in. They've tended to fade away as we've lost the heat from the day. Your severe weather threat, that's mainly down into Virginia and North Carolina tonight. We look back to the southwest of us. Boy, that heat dome has been building across Texas. Upper level ridge is going to build in across the area. It's that big heat dome. And as it does, it's going to bring the comfortable conditions that we're seeing right now to an end. We are going to get quite toasty. 76 right now, dew point's 59. 88 was the high today, 72 the low. Overnight, pretty comfortable, right? Temperatures back into the low and mid 60s away from town, upper 60s in town. That breeze easing just a little bit. We do have lots of sunshine tomorrow. We're near 90 degrees for the high. No rain tomorrow. Wednesday, it's not likely we'll see much, although there may be a stray shower or thunderstorm in the morning. Now, as we head into Thursday, that's when we're really starting to see that heat build in and across the area. As it does so, there's an opportunity for a few showers and thunderstorms to try to develop to our north. That may be our only saving grace to get us from, or keep us from getting to 100 Thursday afternoon. Assuming that we don't have the clouds and that we can't develop the thunderstorms and they're much farther to the north, and that appears to be the most likely scenario. And given how many of us saw rain this weekend, sure seems logical, right? We're talking heat index values 105 to 110 degrees in some areas as we head into Thursday afternoon. And we may do that again on Friday, and then we will bring in a little better chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms on Saturday. So you have your weather alert days Thursday and Friday across the St. Louis area. This is because of the heat. As far as the thunderstorm chances go, right now they appear limited, especially from Wednesday through Friday, perhaps picking up a little bit towards Saturday. And can you believe next week's the 4th of July on Tuesday?
No, I cannot.
I mean, it's a week from tomorrow. We'll be in the low 90s next week. It doesn't look like there's a really big opportunity for showers or thunderstorms at this point.
We need them. Summer is evaporating.
It's going by fast.
All right, thank you, Scott. Let's get to the father of the bride.
Michael Spinks came home, Ryan Wingo visited Mizzou, and the Blues have hired a guy you will definitely recognize. Stick around, please.
The Sports Desk is sponsored by Jim Butler Chevrolet, the Midwest's #1 Chevy dealer 10 years running.
I believe the recruitment of Luther Burden was the biggest in recent memory. Get ready for the sequel. His name is Ryan Wingo, and every college football power in America covers this sensational SLU senior. Ryan is ranked #7 in the country overall. For wide receivers, he's ranked 2nd in America. He has 46 offers already, and his official visits so far, Georgia, Michigan, Mizzou, and Texas. Why do colleges love him? How about 6'2", 205, 4.39 40-yard dash speed? Throw in humility, good grades, and a good family, and you have the full package. He visited Mizzou last weekend, and #3 Luther Burden tried to recruit #1 Ryan Wingo.
Really, that's kind of what everybody been saying on Twitter. Just that 1-3 meetup at Mizzou, just that St. Louis to Missouri connection. Just what everybody waiting for. So if I were to go there, it'd be a crazy duo.
College World Series championship game. Jack Caglione from Florida was compared to Shohei Ohtani, left-handed pitcher who hits with power. He did not get out of the 2nd inning. Tommy White and LSU went to town. He had more RBIs tonight. He had 105 in 71 games this season. LSU, 24 hits. They destroy Florida 18-4. The LSU Tigers win their 7th national championship, and you got to watch the pile-on. The Cardinals are off, and the Blues made some news. Alexander Steen is the latest to be added to the payroll. Steen, who played for the Blues for 12 years, will now be a European player development consultant. He will help out with the prospect camp in July. Always good to have another champion in the organization. And it's great to have a couple of heavyweight champions in your own hometown. And it's even greater when they are brothers. Who could ever forget the Spinks brothers? Today, they were remembered again. A big crowd gathered in the Loop to watch Michael and the late Leon Spinks, who was represented by his son Corey, inducted into the Walk of Fame. The Spinks were the first brother combo to win a gold medal at the Olympics and a heavyweight title. Leon beat Muhammad Ali to win the title, and Michael beat Larry Holmes to become the heavyweight champion. I asked Michael what that was like.
Yeah, that's a big one right there. I couldn't believe that myself when I did it. I couldn't believe it, but it was a good lesson. I earned it. I earned it. I earned it. Yeah.
Finally tonight, a word about walking. I've done a lot of it. I walked to school to Our Lady of the Pillar for 8 years. I walked over 1,000 golf tournaments watching the kids. I've been walking back and forth to Busch Stadium for over 30 years. Nothing really special about my walks. I'm an average walker. But on Saturday night, I took the best walk of my life. It wasn't a long one, maybe 50 feet. It was walking my daughter Brooke down the aisle. I thought to myself, I've never done anything in my life to deserve a moment this good. And then I watched her walk out of the church with her husband, Chris Cacciarelli. She has a new, most important man in her life, and I'm absolutely fine with that. And Brooke will always know where to find me, too. Tomorrow, I'm going to walk to Busch Stadium to do interviews, and then Wednesday to City Park for a little soccer. Nice walks, but there won't be another walk like the one from Saturday night.
I love it.
Yeah.
I remember the first time you told me about Chris, you're like, he'll bring some good height to the family.
Congratulations to you and Monique and the bride and groom.
Thank you.
Coming up, speaking of, off the market, John Hamm ties the knot. The wedding venue's connection to his most iconic role.
Fireworks sales are expected to go out with a bang this 4th of July. The American Pyrotechnics Association says it's expecting record spending for both commercial and amateur fireworks this year. Overall sales could top $2.3 billion.
Show me the meat sweats. Missouri tops a new list from Lawn Starter of best barbecue cities in the U.S. KC takes the title, getting high marks for most awards and festivals. St. Louis dropped to 2nd this year, getting high ranks for access and consumer satisfaction. Kansas City, Kansas, Memphis, Tennessee, and Houston, Texas round out the top 5.
John Hamm is officially off the market. The St. Louisan turned Hollywood star married actress Anna Osceola over the weekend. The nuptials took place at Anderson Canyon in Big Sur, California, where the final scenes of Mad Men were filmed in 2015. That's where the couple first met, but they didn't start dating until 2020. A lot of single women in St. Louis and all over the country are going to be very disappointed.
He finally got taken down.
Yes, he did.
Yep, lassoed.
And there you have it. 5 on your side at 10. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is next.
Start your day with Today in St. Louis beginning at 4 a.m. Thank you for being with us and have a great tomorrow.